Hey guys, so massive welcome to the Side Hustle Movement. For those of you that are new here, my name's Sheree Murray. I'm an online business coach, I'm a freelance yacht chef, and I am a massive stand for helping women create a passive stream of income, or, otherwise known as a secondary stream of income. So, first of all, before we get into how you can start generating an income online without having to sell to family and friends, because this is something I hear time and time again. People come to me and they're like, Sheree, I want to start working online. I want to do affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever it is, but they don't want to sell to their family and friends. And trust me, I totally get it. So first of all, but I've learned over the years what I call the attraction marketing method. I made it up myself. And this is going to help you start attracting clients, start creating that income online without having to sell to family and friends. All right, how does that sound? Now, guys, when you're jumping on, let me know where you're tuning in from. We've got over 400 people in this group. We're all from around the globe. I want to know where you guys are from. First of all, before we dive into my 3 top tips to have you generating income online and attracting people into your business instead of repelling and trying to sell to friends, I want to share a bit of a story. So 7 years ago now, I started in the online space. I affiliated with some incredible health and wellness products that I was extremely passionate about. But what I was doing with it, as I was trying to sell those products to my friends and family, I was doing all those, cringeworthy things. Making lists. I was sending copy and paste messages. I was basically begging my family to buy a cleanse pack so I could hit a certain rank. It just wasn't working. Of course, I did get a few sales. Maybe people were just feeling bad for me. But in the long run, it didn't generate me it didn't generate me the quality of income that I wanted. And it started to repel people against me. So I learned about attraction marketing. Now, you might be hearing this and you might be thinking, what is even attraction marketing? It sounds like bullshit. And to be fair, I thought attraction marketing was a load of crock as well. I'd never heard of it. But once I started to implement these 3 steps that I'm going to cover here, the game changed. I started getting customers, attracting customers. I was waking up to messages from my ideal client, people wanting to work with me. Like, how crazy is that? Waking up to messages from people wanting to work with you instead of you having to message everyone under the sun. It was an absolute game changer. So here are my 3 steps now. Are you ready? Go hell yes if you're ready to hear them right now. Because guys, this is gold. And people pay me to teach them about this. And you are getting it for free in this group. So lesson number 1, ideal client. You really want to learn who your ideal client is. Now, you may think your product's for everyone or your product service is for everyone. It's absolutely not. There's only one person you should be marketing to, and that's your ideal client. You might also know it as soul avatar. Now, figuring out the ideal client it does take a bit of work. I tend to work with a couple of hours with my clients on this. But a few quick tips is whoever you were a few years ago is probably your ideal client. Your ideal client is always a former version of you. And when you get clear on that ideal client, you no longer have to be trying to sell to your friends and family. And that is step number 1. So ideal client, always a former version of yourself. My ideal client is a woman who works on yachts, wants to create a passive income, loves to travel, is over trading time for money, is extremely interested in passive income. She's fun. She values time freedom, family, choice, travel. She's a massive stand for network marketing. And she also feels like there's a bigger purpose she wants to be serving. Her pain points are not having time with her friends or family, missing weddings, missing important life events. So with you, I really encourage you to think about who this ideal client is. What are their pain points? What are their values? What are their hobbies? Just to get a kickstart. And remember I said, ideal client is normally a former version of you. And once you are clear on who this ideal client is, you'll no longer have to be prospecting friends and family. And this is exactly how I've generated passive income streams online without selling to family and friends. Second tip, personal branding. Now, when I first started in the online space, especially dealing with products, I was under the impression that it was all about the product. I thought everyone needed to know that there were 24 grams of protein in my shake. Turns out that was bullshit. No one cares about what ingredients are in your product. Yes, they might a little bit, but at a first glance, they want to know what the transformation is your product can give. Product or service. So if it's coaching, the transformation might be finally getting client sales. If it's a product, it might help them lose weight, gain more energy, that sort of thing. And that's the key to a personal brand. You're not always talking about the products and the ingredients. The personal brand is you. Because the more you have a personal brand, which is sharing, what your values are, what your stand for, what your vision and mission is. Of course, you can be talking about products, but the more you have a strong personal brand that people know, like, and trust, the more you can monetize passive income streams on a lot of different levels. Say for me, I used to be known as the chick that just sold shakes. So people thought that was the only thing I ever did. Then I started to add other income streams in. I started to do coaching. I started getting other affiliate deals. So I really had to learn how to brand myself as Cherie Ann or Cherie Murray, as the Side Hustle Movement. That is now my personal brand. That is me. And people come to me half the time not even knowing what I do, but they're so excited about my social media posts and everything and the excitement that's conveying through my lives, through my posts, that they want to do what I want to do. And that is step 2 to the attraction marketing method, is knowing your personal brand, knowing what you're a stand for. So for me, my personal brand is very similar to my values, which is like fun, travel, passive income, all that sort of thing. And my values of my brand are, being a stand for helping women create more time freedom, being a stand for helping women create passive income, but doing it the right way so they're not having to prospect everyone. I'm a massive stand for affiliate marketing, network marketing, MLMs, all that. But I do believe there's a better way and a new way of marketing that is coming through, which is attraction marketing. And that's what my brand and I am a massive stand for. My vision, I'm super clear on that, is to be impacting 250,000 people by 2030. And the more philanthropy vision of my brand is to be creating a foundation that's going to feed children globally. And that's going to be started by 2030 at least, if not sooner. So I really encourage you to get clear on your personal brand. So what you're a stand for, what your brand vision is. You can even come up with a couple of colors. As I said, when it comes to branding, we can spend a lot of time on this, but this is just tip number 2 on actually attracting customers instead of having to try sell to your family and friends. And third and final one is copywriting. Now, if you're new to the online space, this term you might not be familiar with it, and I wasn't either, but copywriting is something I'm obsessed with now. Copywriting is basically when you're writing either Facebook ads, sales posts, email marketing, or just even a normal post. And if you don't know, with the art of copywriting is knowing who your ideal client is. So it starts at the top. You know who your ideal client is, you know your brand, you know your vision, your mission. Copywriting is going to be a lot easier. Now, copywriting, we could go into for hours. I love copywriting. But my main tip for you is when you're writing either a Facebook ad, post, an email campaign, is to imagine that you're writing to that ideal client. You're writing to that former version of you. Just think, what do they want to hear? What do they need to hear right now? What's going to benefit them? Can you give them some top tips for weight loss if you're a weight loss coach? Can you give them some top tips for generating passive income online if that's what you do? Be always coming from a place of service when you're writing copy And another way so guys, there is my top 3 tips for generating passive income online without having to sell to family and friends is creating your ideal client, getting clear on your ideal client, getting clear on your personal branding, and really start practicing the art of copywriting and speaking to that ideal client. Now, if I can do this, anyone can. I've been online for 7 years. I never had any experience in the online space, but I've generated passive income streams over the years that have allowed me to have more time, freedom, and choice. I'm still building my online businesses, but it's gotten to that point where I can choose to say no to freelance regattas. I can say no to charters if I'm not interested in it. And I can just go home for Christmas. I can go to that wedding. So if I can do this, anyone can. And guys, if you got value from this, drop a hell yeah in the comments below. I'm coming live in here next week, and if there's any topics you want to hear, just feel free to drop it in the comments. But for now, lots of love from Fort Lauderdale. Mwah.